You guys are getting so fun. You're like the dumb girl who you sleep with for a couple weeks and then you find out she's kind of okay. Like, yeah. We're getting that kind of okay place. Like, oh, you like Transformers too? Cool. So, it's just like that. No, I don't get to talk anymore? All right. Okay. Who gives a fuck? All right, that gives us a total of... 28.1. That's a 28.1% vote. Applaud the poet, applaud the score, and put your hands together for Cameron!
All right, Cameron! Let's go, Cam! Don't be nice. Bow. Take your time.
James Baldwin once wrote, "Not many people have ever died of love, but at my grandfather's funeral, my grandmother is slouched in her wheelchair. She is not looking at us. She is staring at the coffin through which she cannot see him. They haven't lived together for months. Like many grandfathers, mine had tangles in his brain we could not undo, no matter how hard we fumbled with the knots. In the end, he didn't know who his own children were, but every time they came to visit, he would ask about her, my grandmother. Tell Edna, I cannot remember which of these pictures is her, but I am sure she is the beautiful one. Tell her I am sorry for flirting with the nurses. Ask her to come visit me soon." On the day my grandfather died, my grandmother was in her own hospital bed. She never got the chance to say goodbye before he was full of formaldehyde. It's not true what they say, that the dead look like they're sleeping. He looked like a statue in a wax museum. 2 weeks later, we are all camped out in her room at the hospice. The buzz of the oxygen tank keeps her up at night. She thinks she is hearing his voice. I can tell from the way she is trying to shrink herself to fit one half a twin-size bed that she never quite figured out how to live without him, and he hasn't really been there for years. She stopped eating when he started believing the government was after his family. Now his family circles around her bedside, and she is swallowing food she can no longer stomach, so they don't think she's giving up on them. She's not giving up on them. She just believes we are all holy if we live like it, and when we die, we are going home, and she just wants to go home. She is one half a twin-sized bed. She wants the buzzing to stop. She wants it to be his voice again. Her mother lived to be 95. She died 3 years ago. 3 years ago, my grandfather started hiding her. She kisses in the dishwasher, spent hours flat on his back on the living room floor. 3 years ago, no one had to mix antidepressants into her food like they do now. Of course, I will not be happy when she dies, but this is the one time I'm glad we never agreed about anything. I want her to be right about heaven. If it means that someday soon she'll grow wings to leave us all in her dust, if it means she'll stop looking so surprised every morning to wake up in a bed with only her own tired skin. We have never known what to do with each other. I am too strange and we are both too stubborn. But as I turn to leave, she reaches up for my hand. I can tell from the way she is holding it like a kite string that she is ready to fly. I tell her, I hope you know how much I have always loved you. Her shaky tongue cannot form the words to answer. She just nods, eyes closed. She is sleeping like a statue in a wax museum. But as I turn to leave, as I am headed out the door, I swear I hear her stutter-voiced, a barely whispered chant, love, love, love.